G'day guys and welcome to Gatekeeper's coverage of the 2023 Queensland Open presented by Disc Connection and Disc Doctor. We are at Pine Rivers Park, Brisbane in the sunny state of Queensland. This coverage has been provided by Rad, Gatekeeper and Disc Golf Justice. I'm Paddy Robinson and in with me today I've got Andrew Ferguson and Tim Bowen. We are the Tee Off Podcast. Back again for some more Gatekeeper commentary, boys.
Very stoked to be back in the state of the pineapples.
Me too, boys. And here's some players to watch. Start of round one, we've got Aaron Moreton, Chris Hill, Dave Perry, and Jade Brady, who's on a bit of a tear at the moment, Jade. He's definitely one to watch.
It's a player from every state there.
Yeah,
all the states that matter anyway. Players to watch, Dave Perry, he's the highest rated, coming in at 987, but Chris Hill quite close to him at 984. It's a good stack of players there, Timmy.
Very good stack of players, boys. And hole one, Fergie, what are we looking at?
Well, we're looking at a 205-metre par 4. It's a beautiful hole to start off with. You're teeing off from an elevated pad. You want to avoid that amphitheatre on your right-hand side. And, of course, the water. The hole tightens up towards the basket, which is sitting quite precariously on top of a mound, which is near the path. It's a tough starting hole.
It's what you want, though. Just mash one off this elevated tee to start with. You can go forehand if you want to, like Aaron here in the wind. But most players are going for a massive backhand turnover shot and hoping not to hit that big amphitheatre, which is out of bounds.
Now, Aaron is your local boy. He is left-hand, as you can see, but has a very strong flick and backhand game. This thing looks absolutely fine, nice and safe out in the middle.
Looks like there's a bit of wind out there today.
This round was very windy, and Chili, as we call him here, will be showing off the Rask from Casterplask. Very overstable disc, and I bet you he's laying on this disc a lot today.
Yeah, it was a big left to right win, wasn't it, Tim?
He's got a good move on that. Yeah, the left to right wind's good for the righty backhand, but...
that's big.
Oh, that's very close. There is that OB trench over there. Hopefully he didn't get down into that, but looks like it came up short enough.
Here we've got the Flying Disc Store Aces team member, David Perry from Melbourne, highest rated player in the event.
He's got a bit of a cannon, this kid. Very smooth form, great to watch. Excited to see how he goes, actually.
Absolutely. He does throw a lot of Innova. Here's his Halo Destroyer.
Oh, very smooth.
Fighting the wind over the amphitheatre, and that is a great spot to be.
That's a good crush.
It's very tempting to go full smash on this one and get massive distance, but you don't really need to. It's a 205-metre par 4. As long as you're throwing 100, 120 off the tee, you're in the birdie range.
Here's a man with who's no stranger to Gatekeeper coverage now, Mr. Jade Brady from the ACT.
Absolutely. He's going the backhand turnover shot, which I like, and that's gone plenty far for him.
I do like a funneling par 4, especially to start like a tournament. Definitely a birdie that you want to try and get. It's definitely there, gettable, but there's a lot of trouble to get into as well.
Absolutely. Wow. Aaron, I thought he yanked that over too far straight at the OB, but it's stayed in the air long enough to fade, and he's in the circle putting for birdie.
Now, I'm not sure if you could see this that well in the flyover, but where that tree is in sort of middle on the left-hand side of the fairway, there's a line of OB that runs down to the left, and then far past those trees on the left, there's actually more water. So it is a proper funneling hole.
Yeah, risky shot. Jade throwing what looks like a putter, nice and straight in the wind. He'll have a look for birdie.
It's a great-looking shot.
I really like the forehand approach here. Yeah, obviously that path is OB, so you're fading straight at it with the forehand, but you've got the hill to stop your disc from fading too far.
Yeah, I reckon that got in Dave's head a little bit. He's left that a bit wide, but he's got a good look there.
Absolutely.
Bit of a scary putt to start your round, start your tournament, looking straight at OB.
Finally get down to Chile, and he's just thrown that one a little bit too straight and a little bit too short.
Sorry, circle edge putt with a tailwind. This would be a big one.
Yeah, not what you want after that massive drive he had off the tee, Chili, but he's given himself a chance. Let's see how aggressive he is here.
Ooh, I like it. Nice little spin putt.
Chili always bouncing up and down. Lots of energy. Lots of beans.
Very animated, Chili. Oh, Oof. No. Starting with 2 whiffs. Not ideal to start the tourney. That doesn't help with the nerves.
That flag wasn't moving either. It was very gusty from memory, and it was swirling a bit as well. Ooh.
Poor Chile. 4 putt to start the round. Hopefully, you can clean that up for the next hole. That's
Oh, Aaron.
Lovely.
nice
Easy
little
as I
lofty
like.
putt.
Yeah, fantastic putt.
Let's see if Dave Perry can join him on the birdie train.
Remember, Dave was warming up without a hat on, and I had no idea who it
down.
was.
Oh, no, that is
mistake.
very unfortunate. Definitely scary. The hill looks so small on camera, but when you're putting at it, take my word for it, it looked very high, this little mound.
Oh,
Chili.
goodness.
Chili. Well, it can only go up from there, Chili.
Yeah. This will be a bogey comebacker for Dave after rolling OB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally a very smooth, solid putt, Dave. I reckon there's probably a couple of small nerves on there.
Let's see if Jade can put this close one in. He's just watched about 10 putts unfold in front of him.
Yeah.
And it hasn't put him off at all. He's straight in the heart. One of 3 birdies for the day, Jade Brady. Shout out to Blake Houston, the other player that got the birdie on this hole that's not on this card.
Chili.
Chili, yeah, tapping out there for a triple.
All right, hole 2, another par 4, 158 metres. Pretty tight one, this. You do have a Mando on the left-hand side of the fairway, but it's got to get through all those trees before it gets close to that. There is water on the right-hand side too. Basically, get to the opening in the gap, and then you approach the basket. A little bit of a hill on the left side there too. Really fun hole, this. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a great hole. Very, very wooded. I like going for a lower speed disc here to avoid some aggressive fade that Aaron just got there.
Yeah,
What do you throw on this one, Paddy?
I threw a combination of different things, but in this, I threw a beat-up harp just to sort of position placement, get to the opening. Ooh, that is a bad kick.
Yeah.
You do not want to be over that side.
Yeah, Jade was trying to get that one turned over a bit, but didn't quite get there.
He's going to be... I mean, he's still, 30 metres short of the Mando, at least?
Yeah, Dave as well. These guys are all aiming very left at the moment. Ideally, they're pushing about 10 metres more to the right.
There's obviously a bit of water over on the right-hand side, which might be getting into some people's heads.
Look at this thing.
That's the line from Chile.
Oof.
That's a fantastic correction from Chile.
Yeah.
He will have about a 60-metre upshot to be positioned for birdie there.
Yeah.
So Jade's got to get this one back onto the fairway.
Yeah, you just need to get somewhere open here. There's no way he'll get to the basket.
No, that birdie's absolutely out of play. He's just hoping he can progress a little bit further forward and have that last 60 metres of tunnel.
I mean, it's not the longest par 4, so...
Oh, boy. Forehand roller.
With that wind,
He's given the cameraman zero chance with the forehand roller. Looks like he could go around the Mando and out into the fairway of, I think that's hole 14. So Dave taking the scenic route on this hole.
Yeah, Aaron should just be in the open there. He should have it. Oh, it's rolling.
Rolling to water, though.
Oh, jeez. I don't think the OB is short of the water. I think you actually have to be wet to be OB. Well, there's the
that
Mando.
kick, that was quick. Oh, yeah.
I like that forehand gap. If you do get a look, and it looks like he did hit a tree and came up short, but if you get an opening to come out this left side, very open access to the basket. And I think Dave's done pretty well there.
Oh, he's
very
done very
well
well.
there. He's parked. Hopefully Aaron hasn't found the water. Jade with a bit more left to bite off here, Paddy. He hasn't quite got the routine up and down.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Lovely ground play
excellent.
there from Jade.
Oh, there's that hill I spoke about before that will make your disc roll to, turn a 3-metre putt into about a 7 or 8 metre uphill shot.
Chile with a bit of a tricky stance there. Unfortunate after a very, very good drive.
It's done pretty well from the standstill, but unfortunately did hit something there. If you do fade off the fairway at any point on this hole, you're basically contending with massive tree roots in your run-up, so it does make it tricky. Aaron has checked up inbounds, it looks like.
He still left that a little short. It's probably edge of circle there.
Boys are making this hole look hard. It is wooded. I wouldn't say it's particularly overly difficult, though.
I mean, for the day, it did play, 0.29 over par, so it is playing quite hard.
Aaron from edge of circle with the tailwind here.
Ooh.
He's going to be 5-6 metres with a headwind on the comebacker.
Is this for par for Jade?
I believe this is for par.
Well, this would be big.
Yeah, it's great parts.
Good parts.
He'd be happy to get a par after his first 2 shots on that hole, that's for sure.
Now, as these boys come in and clean up, there are only 3 birdies on the day from the MPO boys. Shout out to Austin, D'Alessandro, Clayton Beck, and Reese. Reese Wisniewski. Nice.
Good one to get. Chile with the par as well.
Nice one. After that fantastic drive. I like the idea of going driver on this, on the first drive. Just try and get as far down as you can.
Oh, no, I like low speed. Stay in the middle. If you get too much fade, in trouble. Hole 3, 106 metre par 3. Favours the lefty, I think, this hole. Nice high as a flip, down the tunnel, out the gap, and get a little bit of fade to the right. You can see the basket. We're coming up onto it right now. You don't want to skip too far because there is water just beyond circle 1. Kind of a tricky forehand. You kind of can't just crank an overstable forehand down this tunnel. You have to sort of high as a flip something up. Jade going complete opposite of what I've just said. Backhand turnover. That looks a little early. He's caught the trees at the very end, but fairly good drive from Jade. He'll be circle 2 looking at a birdie.
Well, I think these are the trees that you can see sitting in the fairway there. Oh, Chile. Yeah, the one that Chile just hit.
Yep.
I think they sort of shape up quite well for the righty backhand.
Mm-hmm.
But the wind was like just funneling down, straight headwind that they're dealing with here. So I reckon that's why we saw Jade's backhand drive turn over and end up short.
Yeah.
Aaron just getting that one a little bit straight, but gets a handy kick off a tree.
This tee pad was super awkward for the line that you needed to throw as well. They basically made the tee pad for a righty backhand turnover line.
Oh, Dave.
Perry's done very well from... Yep.
Fantastic.
He's ended up a little short, but he'll be just in front of Jade's looking at a fairly difficult headwind putt for birdie.
Yeah, I remember that the morning of this round, it was absolutely perfect conditions. Sun, no wind, and then as soon as we started, Tim...
Yeah.
Yeah, it blew up. That's going to be a very difficult par save for Chile.
Yeah. Now we need to address the elephant in the room. Chile's forehand form, very, shall we say, unique. He's obviously a big ultimate player.
It's almost a straddle, isn't it? By the time he's got both feet planted, by the time he's thrown it.
If you're wondering why it looks so weird, it's because he throws off the opposite foot that you normally would. So just picture you're throwing underneath some arms on the ultimate field. That's where it comes from.
Well,
he makes it work, though. He's very, very good at it.
You'd need at least 4 people to call him on a foot fault because you got to watch each. You got to have one person to watch each limb.
Jade here from outside the circle.
Oh, that's not a bad bid.
Yeah, good bid with water behind him.
Yeah, and with this sort of wind, there's going to be a lot of lofty C2 bids because we just don't want the disc to be running way past the basket and having any sort of comebacker.
Mate, you got to love a straddle into a headwind.
Yeah.
Ugh. Looked like a decent run from Dave. Had the right height.
Yeah, he's one of Australia's best putters, Dave. So hopefully this comeback is no problem for him.
Yeah, you talked him into that one.
Yeah, absolutely nice, Tim.
Bugger.
If only I told him about the lofty bids from C2 before he putted.
All right, Dave would just want to sink this and keep moving.
Somehow he's got another tailwind putt. But no.
That hurts.
I've seen a couple of putting woes on this card already.
Oh,
that one bounced out a little bit too.
All right. Wanted to do the dirty on him.
He's a very chilled character, Mr. David Perry, so he won't let that get to him too much.
That's his third 5 in 3 holes, though.
All right, this played at .63 over par, and only the 1 birdie on this round from Blake Houston.
Started very hot, 2 down through 3 holes, Blakey Houston.
Hole 4, 129 metres. It is a par 3. We've got a little bit of OB on the right-hand side of the fairway. We're kind of taking the right-hand route here. The basket there just perched up in between some pretty tight little trees there.
This hole was getting some big numbers because that is all OB. And Jade, that is a shank, brother.
That's not coming back.
Oof. And he barely goes up the fairway at all. He goes straight to the edge of that road there.
Yeah.
I mean, it clearly is that it's the percentage play for most people to kind of go the the I guess the less treed route. But obviously, if you don't get that back into play, you're in trouble.
My card featured a 9 and an 8 on this hole. Because a lot of people, once they go OB early, like Jade has done, they move forward about 10 metres and then they're left with a 110-metre par 3 straight over OB. And saw a few attempts at that not come in bounds.
Oh, I like this from Dave.
That's it.
I mean, that's going to be like, it gets through, it's going to be like 20, 30 metres short.
Yeah.
At least. It's still good. He's, birdie on this is very, very difficult and you've got to get very lucky.
What is Jade throwing here? This looks very low speed. He's kind of...
no.
Very unfortunate.
That's the other risk as well.
Yeah.
Hit and kick right, you're OB again.
So that's 2 OBs for Jade. He's throwing 5 on this next shot from still 40, 50 metres out. Not ideal.
And Perry's positioned well for the par there. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
That's leaked out the back.
Yeah, that's gone OB long. This hole's showing its teeth.
Yeah.
Very interesting par 3, quite long. I think maybe you could consider making this one a Mando down the tunnel in future, but the risk-reward of throwing down the road, carrying the OB was too tantalising for all the players that you see here.
What did you take on it, Tim?
I played this hole for par each round, and I think I was successful in the first round, which was good. And looking at the stats, I think par would have been great against the field, playing at a whopping 1.33 strokes over par.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very challenging hole.
A lot of people finding it difficult.
Good 3 from Aaron. Well done.
Only one single birdie in the whole MPO field for round 1, Ryan Hart. And a bit of a story behind this one. They thought he was OB off the tee, so they called provisional, which is very smart play. And then I believe he threw a couple of shots straight OB from that provisional throw.
Oh, Dave.
Luckily walked up and saw that his first original drive before the provisionals was in bounds and got the birdie. So I think it was like a 7-stroke swing between his provisional and the non-provisional. Huge.
Oh.
All right, hole 5, 86-metre par 3. Pretty tricky one to get, to be honest, but a good one to get. I think the best play or a chance of the birdie is going down this straight line exactly how the drone flies and have something finish before you get too deep in those trees. There is a bit of a lefty line, which I don't think Aaron is going to show us, but down the left-hand side, maybe a big forehand for a right-hand backhand player.
Looks like he just poked one through the trees there, but as you mentioned, Paddy, there is a line through that right section of trees, which is exactly the one that Aaron hit.
Yeah, the only OB on this is that path on the right, and if somehow you kicked super early and got caught up in those bollards.
Yeah. David flexing one just nicely.
That's a great reaction.
Hitting the backboard, that was huge. That was going to go far too long. He's taking the flex forehand line, which I think is the biggest gap on the hole, but a bit of a riskier shot.
Yeah, Chile that one didn't really have much of a chance.
That's probably the most common thing you're going to see on this hole all weekend is hitting early. Oh, that's too high. He's kicked through pretty well, actually. You'll have a look, edge of circle 2 maybe?
Yeah, that'll be like a 30-metre jump putt for birdie, but missing his line a little bit there, Jade. Chile with the berg. As that got the turn, he's done that very well. Great upshot.
Now, if you've noticed that Chile is throwing a lot of Casterplast disc, it is because he is sponsored by them. Loves the berg.
That looked like a first-run berg for a little bit. I was getting a bit excited, but I don't think it was.
Jade. Fair bid.
Yeah, I like that line, actually. Aaron from the knee. Good chance of birdie.
Looks like he might have to jab at it so he doesn't hit that tree. Unfortunately, a little bit off.
Yeah, David here, after a very rough start, really, really, really wants to get some green on the scorecard.
That wind's picked up just his putts.
Solid.
Yeah,
That's
well
more
done.
like it.
Well done. Dave was one of only 2 birdies on the day. Shout out to Abra Garfield, who got the other one. And nice tap in from Jade. Reckons he hit the miracle gap or something, do you reckon?
So no one on the card under par so far. The course certainly showing its teeth. But good news is we're moving slightly out of the woods to a nice open hole here. Hole 6, par 4, 169 metres. You can throw whatever you like off the tee here. Progress about 100 metres, and then you've got a 70-metre shot on the right-hand side of this grouping of trees, or you can take the more aggressive forehand line over the OB to this hidden basket at the back here. Kind of a fun hole here, and one of the softer ones, so definitely one you want to get.
Did you get it, Tim?
I may have got it in the first round. I can't remember, Paddy.
Oh, David just...
Dave's taken down half a tree.
Absolute lumberjack.
And the disc keeps moving.
Very interesting hole. I think if you want to have a backhand approach as a righty, you throw a forehand off the tee. And if you want to have a forehand approach, you throw a backhand off the tee. So kind of like a bit of a figure 8 hole here.
I liked the roller, the backhand roller off the tee, actually.
Yeah, I can see the roller getting you way down there, but it was one of those holes where you didn't need to be that aggressive. You could still just, disc down a little bit, put yourself in a good spot, and back yourself to throw a good upshot.
Speaking of aggressive, that thing's way out there.
Yeah, he'll be on the left-hand side. It'd be interesting to see if he takes the forehand in. Jade.
Still
no way.
Goodness me.
And it's taken on the one obstacle in the
Jade
That was
Brady, you tin us. That's ridiculous. That would have been at least 2 strokes.
So here we go with the forehand. The much scarier approach to the green because you're carrying over the OB.
Oh,
That's looking good.
Lovely.
Beautiful shot. Look at
Parked.
the wind. Look at the flag ripping. It was so windy in this first round.
did you notice Chili's reaction? Hands in the air, he was celebrating. Loved
Yeah.
it.
So Dave with the backhand hyzer approach. Little short. Oh, stay in. Oh, very flirty with that. That's a little
Edge of circle.
That is the circle 1 line. I thought he would come up very short there.
Jade also going to the right. That needs to skip
Oh,
forward.
lovely.
It does. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's very nicely weighted from Jade. OB was really just encroaching on the circle 1 for this hole, wasn't it, Paddy?
Yeah, if you hit that guardian tree there at all, you're most likely kicking OB.
That looks skinny from Aaron, but it's hanging.
Oh, jeez.
Almost got it in.
Woof.
Did that draw a medal? That looked very close.
Looks super close. Now you can see like a little bit of a ditch behind. There is OB there.
Oh, no, Dave.
Sit.
That'll be very, very close to OB.
Hard to say.
His putting's been way off to start this round, Dave. But
There's a good comeback. All
Right,
right,
right
stayed
to win
inbound,
beautifully.
that's a
so-
4.
Yep, stayed inbound, so he'll chalk up the par. Jade with a very close putt for birdie. Oh,
Yeah,
that looked
yep,
weak side, but great catch from the Rad Ace basket there, birdie.
Yes, I'm glad to say that we're actually into the newer section of the park. Pine Rivers is a permanent disc golf course. There's been 9 baskets in for a while, but the course has recently been kind of upgraded by my good friend Chris Barringer, and he designed this hole 7, par 3, 83 metres. This is definitely one of the first must-get birdies. Not a lot of danger here. You can obviously leak out to the right. It gets a bit rough. You've got OB on the left-hand side where the path is, but it definitely kind of is made for a left-hander.
If the last hole was easy, this one it has to be the easiest hole of the course. Being only 83 metres, you're just throwing something low speed, forehand if you're a righty, little mid-range if you're a lefty, throwing your back out if you're chilly. He's unfortunately thrown it a little high. He's come up a bit short.
I actually don't mind the little righty backhand turnover like Jade's going to throw here.
Hates it.
Oh.
It's hanging on though.
Trees didn't mind it, though.
Wow.
Oh, far out.
He got
7
his-
metres left.
He got lucky on hole 6 as well.
He
Jade,
He did.
share the love, Jade.
This needs to get
Dave.
down a bit.
Yeah. I think that that crosswind was catching a few of them out with that height control.
So he's actually scrambling for the par here, Dave. Stand still forehand, but he's done
Oh,
very well
perfect.
there. Parked it.
I reckon Chile would give this a bid, surely.
Yeah, he'd be going Rico or Berg. Oh, it looks like
Yeah.
he's just laid that one up.
Good layup.
So Jade, after hitting early, he's disc fought and he's got a nice tailwind putt. Good chance of the birdie here. And he says,
Hey,
thank you very much,
beautiful.
straight in the middle. So he's getting a bit of a move there, Jade. He's undone the double bogey from earlier in the round. Back to even par.
Aaron from the knee for bird.
Oh, just a bit weak side. Chile
Chile.
cleaning up the par, as will Dave, I'm sure.
Played at full .2 under par this. 7 birdies from the MPO on the day.
Only 7. I would have thought they'd all be lapping this one up, but as you can see on this card,
Yeah, that wind was pretty
the wind
pretty
was up,
average.
and the low ceiling kind of caught people, didn't it?
Alrighty, big par 4 here for hole 8, 236 metres. There's OB, as you can see on the flags on the left-hand side, and if you go far enough right, there's that path OB as well. That OB does circle around the basket here, and yeah, that can come up pretty quickly. It's definitely inside the circle, that OB.
Yeah, definitely. And a bit of a long hole, 236 metres. I think that was from tee to green. So taking this wide route, I want to say it's playing roughly 260, 270. So that's a great drive from Jade. This sort of, the basket that's not in play is a good landing zone.
Yeah, you really want to bite off as much as you can on this first drive to try and get the birdie in play.
Oh, that's great. Taking on the OB line is a risky move, but definitely makes the second shot a lot easier if you're on that left-hand side.
We'll come out of it.
Oh,
It's
that's
fighting.
a crash.
It's fighting.
That's
yeah.
a crush from Chile. Kept it low into the wind.
Dave's got a bit of a cannon on him. See what he can do here.
The smooth cannon.
Yep, nice and flat.
Oh, that's a great spot.
Yep. In the ditch, as we were calling it all weekend, that little that lowered section on the right-hand side there. Did make the second shot hard because you couldn't see the basket being that low, but absolutely perfect place to be. This is flirting with the OB line. And
Oh, that's very OB.
yeah, that's not coming back in bounds. Yeah, the wind was very, very swirly at this point in the course. I saw a lot of discs flip over.
Oh, wow.
Chile's managing to get turn out of the Casterplast Rask, which if you've known it,
Oh, that's gone long too.
unfortunately that's gone OB. But if you know the Rask, it doesn't turn. So that's just an indication of how much wind there is.
Jade here doing his best not to get a black field ace.
He's got a good move on that.
Yeah, this.
Needs to
Oh,
get down. Yeah, that's a
It's in
great,
circle?
Yep, great place to be.
yeah. This the distance of this hole and the wind is wreaking havoc. It's playing a full half stroke over par.
Yeah,
This has got a bit of height on it.
that's very high from Dave, but coming up short, so he should have no problems from that range for par. Here's Aaron after going OB.
Yeah, just like be laying up surely.
Looks
Oof.
like he gave it a little bit of a run,
Jeez.
but
In this wind, you just want to go close to the basket as you can. Dave, long bid.
yeah.
Ooh.
There we go. He's read the playbook. He's gone with the lofty bid from range. Much smarter play, Dave.
Chile here needing this one to... No.
Mm.
Here's Jade. This is a look for birdie. Looks like he's on the right side for the wind as well.
Ooh.
Just hitting the tray there.
Reckon that wind pushed him a bit right.
So
Still
Chile-
good. You take if you can take a par on this, you're still getting strokes.
Absolutely. Very slow start from the feature card so far, with only Aaron being under par, and he's about to drop in a bogey, so pushing back to even. Chile at +6, Perry +4. And, hoping to get a move on for this back 9, boys.
Just the 4 birdies from this round, and one of those fellow tee-off commentator.
Yeah, and look, Tim, I know you wanted to shout that out, but thanks, Fergie.
Well done, Paddy.
Yep.
Moving on. Hole 9, 115-metre par 3. This takes a big forehand or just a routine backhand hyzer if you're a lefty. Massive lefty hole, this one. The forehand was really tricky because it's basically max distance forehand straight into a wind. It was very, very tricky. Jade throwing a backhand putter.
No. Really?
So hard to control in the wind. Looks like it's... oh, boy. Yep. That's bailing out left. You can just...
I'm sorry, but that's what you get for trying to throw a putter in a headwind, Jade.
I call that the no forehand tax. And he's paying it as we speak. Dave's got a massive forehand.
Oh, come on.
Oh, look
fight.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
That looks great. And the wind just said, Halo Destroyer, please. I'm flipping that over. He's bailed out to the safe side as well. Surely Aaron shows us how good of a lefty hole this is. Nice backhand hyzer.
Oh, I like this. Come on, mate.
Great shape. Oh, it looks like it got dropped a little and just hit the uprise of that slope there. Lost all of its skip.
Chilly.
Almost looking like he's going to foot fault there.
No, that was perfect.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh,
my back hurts looking at it.
That's a big forehand. And great result being on the edge of the circle there.
That's a big forehand.
That is a big forehand.
Goodness me.
I feel like
maybe I need to change my forehand style.
Mate, if he had red hair, it'd be like watching Sideshow Bob trying to throw a forehand. It's just feet going everywhere. I love it.
Great upshot from Jade. This green was actually really fast, so it was difficult to park your disc in the wind.
Really fast, really windy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice from Dave. Chilly, come on. Get the 2.
No. And that's gone a long way. He's going to have a bit of a tester for par now.
Gave it a bid.
Aaron, unfortunately, couldn't cash.
Yeah.
But take the drop in par. Chilly with, I want to say, 9 metres for the par here.
Doesn't want to drop more.
The flag saving that one.
Yeah, that could have easily gone to 6 metres.
Yeah.
Perry tapping in. Hopefully. Yes,
Very
lovely.
nicely done. Yeah, Chile will be unhappy to drop another stroke on that hole there. Rounding out a +7 to finish the front 9. Not a very good start for him. Jade at even, Dave Perry +4, and Aaron also at even. So here we have the front 9 results. A lot of red, boys. The force and the wind showing its teeth at the moment.
There's red, but there's purple there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
You don't want to see purple. You absolutely don't want to see purple.
All right, well, hopefully we can see some better results on the back 9 coming up very soon.